Buck Davidson, I use the Equilibrium Air Light Cross Country Boot because they're ultra protective, lightweight, and they don't absorb water.
Hi, I'm Caroline Martin and I'm a young rider. I'm 19 years old and I train full-time with Buck Davidson. Currently I have 8 horses competing and I'm lucky enough to be based with Buck full-time in Pennsylvania and in Florida. He's been such a great mentor to me and I'm very lucky. I got into the sport of eventing with, of course, the first naughty pony. Her name was Puff, and I did some lower level beginner novice, and I honestly wasn't fully into eventing until I started training with Buck at 14. I had a preliminary horse and with Buck's help got her to the 2-star level. And I actually took a year off and spent it in Nicaragua when I was 15. And I flew back because I missed riding. I flew back from Nicaragua to Ocala to have a lesson just to see how everything was down there. And I met Nacho, my Quantum Solace horse. And with the help of Buck, I got him and got back into sport eventing and moved back to the United States and became based with him full time. And with Nacho's help and Buck's help, I became addicted to the sport and I love everything about it. I love the people, I love the horses, I love the venues, I love the opportunities that eventing gives you. Every weekend you get to go somewhere new, whether it be in the States or in Europe, and watching them compete, it's unbelievable. I would say a highlight of my career was being able to compete at Young Riders in last year, 2013. I had such an awesome experience representing Area 3 and having Kyle Carter as my coach. He brought our team together in such a fantastic way. It was more than just a competition, it was a bonding experience with all the team members, and I'm lucky enough that we still all keep in contact. It was the first time that I learned what being on a team was, and that I'm around cross country day that I wanted to do well, not for myself but for my team, and to help bring gold home for our team. And that was an incredible feeling. And jumping the last jump, show jumping day, I have never been so excited in my entire life. It was more than just winning a medal, it was being able to give something back to the team, and that I did everything I could. So my daily life is lucky enough to ride 24/7. I start the day off at 7 o'clock in the morning taking care of my horses, and then usually Buck shows up at 8 and he sits down in his chair and writes down his daily plan with his horses and what my horses should do. And then usually it starts off with either dressage or jumping, but I'll go out and I get to watch Buck usually ride his horses in the morning, and whether that be going out on the cross-country field with his top 3-star and 4-star horses, or he gets to take a 4-year-old around and jump some logs. Then usually midday I'll start riding my horses, and I get to ride 7 a day, 7 or 8, depending on the day. And Buck will watch me all day, whether I do a little flat work next to him and he'll say a few words of wisdom or whatever, or I'll have a one-on-one lesson. The great thing about being in Buck's program 24/7 is not just to help my riding, but I get to watch him teach lessons all day, every day. And I learn a lot by watching, whether just the way he said a problem they had to work through or whatever. It might be something that he says differently to them than he says to me. And I feel like that's a major part in riding, is to be able to watch. Next year, as my goal, I hope to have my Quantum Solace horse compete in Europe and possibly do the Branham under 25. For me, that would be a great goal because I would like to see how the competition in Europe is compared to me, and to see how well those young riders in Europe are doing. I think watching videos of, example like Mark Todd's under 25 stepping stone series, those kids are incredible riders, and I would like to see if I am heading in the right direction compared to them.